Right, brace yourselves. I'm going to put a quite controversial case to you. Why cyclists should run.
Run? No. I mean, I know I'm dressed for the occasion, but surely you've heard the old saying, never run if you can walk, never walk if you can stand, never stand if you can sit, never sit if you can lie down, and if you're lying down, why not have a nap?
Yeah, okay, I agree. So traditionally, running is seen as chief evil to cyclists, but there are plenty of good reasons why you should just occasionally go running. And I'm going to try and convince you, Chris, and you guys.
It's going to take a lot of convincing.
Okay, well, I'm going to try.
Let's go. I guess the main reason cyclists don't run is a bad experience.
Yeah, I think a lot of cyclists, maybe in the off-season or to try something different, they try one run and then they hobble around with their legs in agony for weeks afterwards because their muscles just ache so much. And trust me, I know how much your legs ache if you go for a run after months and months of just cycling, but I also know that that feeling does not last forever.
Running gives you sore legs if you're not used to it because the muscles are loaded eccentrically, i.e. while extending. Now, cycling uses the same muscles, but they're almost entirely loaded only while contracting, which is called concentric loading. Now, when a muscle works during extension, it causes much more damage to the muscle fibres. The muscles do adapt and get used to it, but it takes a little time. So if you only ever ride a bike and never ever run, then the first run you try is going to make your legs hurt like crazy afterwards.
Running is really great for balancing out your muscle groups. Cycling is a great sport, but it's very specific. And by working these other muscle groups, you'll help build your long-term fitness that's great for other aspects of your life.
Cycling is not weight-bearing, so if it's the only sport you do, then it can lead to decreased bone density. Calorie restriction can contribute to this if you're super strict with keeping your weight low. And why is low bone density a problem? Well, because it means your bones are weaker and you're at higher risk of fractures when you crash. Now, supplementing your cycling with any weight-bearing sport will help to increase your bone density. Now, that could be weight training or running or any sport involving running to avoid these problems.
If you've hit a low spot with cycling and you're fed up of training or even simply riding your bike, it might be that you're in need of a mental break. Dabbling in a different sport can be really fun and refreshing.
The off-season is a classic time to try a different sport. But even if you're in the middle of the season working towards a really big goal, it can be beneficial to try something that little bit different.
Yeah, I used to take a week off mid-season most years, normally after the Giro in July. And I always used to go for a few runs that week. And even though I did feel pretty slow running and my legs hurt like hell afterwards, I really enjoyed it. And then afterwards, second half of the season, I'd come back feeling really mentally refreshed and much more enthusiastic about racing.
I hope I'm going to feel the same after this run, Emma, because my legs are killing me.
Yeah, you're going to feel great for the marathoner. If you have to travel for work or if you're going on holiday with family or friends, it's not always possible to take a bike with you.
In fact, it's often really hard, especially on those short business trips where maybe your hotel doesn't have a bike hire scheme or your gym isn't state of the art and doesn't have those really cool spinning bikes.
Yeah, and time is often really short on that kind of trip as well. Whereas running is a really time-efficient way to maintain your cardiovascular fitness. And run shoes and your running kit, they just don't take up very much space in your luggage. So it's perfect, really.
Yeah, and you can take 2 or 3 sets. You can run 3 times.
And never stink.
Come on, we better get going.
Yeah. If the only exercise you do is cycling and lots of it, you might have noticed that when you get stronger at cycling, you don't necessarily get any better at day-to-day activities.
Absolutely. When I was training and racing full-time, I used to find it absolutely exhausting taking the dog and the kids out for a walk.
Yeah, and when I was racing full-time, that was a sacrifice I had to make. But nowadays, not pro anymore, I want to be able to be sociable. I want to, go for a hike with my parents or go for a run with my boyfriend, or if you've got kids, you might want to learn to run so that you can run alongside them. So if you can run, you can do all those things and be sociable.
Makes good sense to me, Emma.
It does.
How about we get going?
Oh man, I'm knackered.
Come on,
right,
it's your idea. Let's talk about the weather. I don't know about you, but I'm not a big fan of cycling in the rain, especially now it's not my job. Even with the best kit from ASOS, I still don't fancy getting a wet bum.
No, it's true. Riding in the rain really does suck, but running in the rain is strangely fine. I mean, don't even get me started on cycling in the snow or, worst of all, in my opinion, sleet. But now it's not really my job to try to be fast on a bike. I absolutely love the fact that when the weather's crappy, not like today.
I don't know, there are clouds over there.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about those clouds. But anyway, when the weather's bad, I don't have to go out and freeze my backside off on a bike. I can go running and stay warm and enjoy it.
Yeah, that kind of makes good sense to me. Ooh.
Did I fail to mention already that running is just really fun?
But it hurts. It hurts like mad.
Yeah, that only lasts a few weeks, Chris. Then you'll feel fine and you'll be so much stronger.
A few weeks, Emma?
I'm just getting tired for the marathoner.
A few words of caution though if you're starting out running for the first time and you're a pure cyclist. Your cardiovascular fitness will be of no limit to you, but your joints and muscles will need time to adapt. So start small and build up gently.
Yep, in fact, I would advise against starting running in the middle of your season or before a target event, because that muscle soreness will really take the top end off your cycling pace. So maybe try starting out in the off season as cross training or in your mid-season break. And if you can then keep running like maybe once a week during the cycling season, you won't ever get that muscle soreness again, but just taper off before any big events.
Sensible advice, Emma. Hopefully this video will have inspired you to try and mix up your training just a little bit more than normal.
Yep, let us know in the comments if you love running, like I clearly do, or if you like any other kind of cross training. And if you'd like to see some cool videos on how to run and how to get into running, click down here for some of GTN's really good content.